You're being watched. Every day and at most places. Some days you know, other moments are unbeknownst. Surveillance cameras. What they capture can become the eyes of millions. It unveils the absurd, the frightening, the mundane, the wrong place, wrong time. It's estimated that there are more than 245 million surveillance cameras across the globe, and the average American is on a camera about 75 times a day. So even when you're stepping out of one frame, you're likely stepping into another. Dan Groslock, a gas station and convenience store owner, has big plans for his business. As he looks to expand, a cornerstone to success is in the safety of employees and customers with brand new cameras.
I know it's in the tens of thousands of dollars.
Each new store and renovation is outfitted with as many as 40 high-definition cameras.
I mean, you can read the dollars on the counter. You can almost even read the serial numbers if you really had to.
He wants his customers to know they're on camera. A large HD TV can't be missed when you walk in. The system serves as deterrence.
That's one of the things where it's hard to measure or justify necessarily on a piece of paper, because it's hard to measure what doesn't happen. But like what I always tell people is, all we know is it doesn't happen here.
But the true expansion of surveillance cameras began around 1990 and has multiplied ever since.
As we allow more surveillance, as we become more comfortable having cameras around or knowing that people are watching us, I think it becomes easier to slip into this kind of very strong surveillance society or tyrannical society, I guess, that Orwell's talking about.
Dr. Scroggins says the access to cameras, including the ones in our smartphones, have desensitized us to being in view.
So it's almost as if we're becoming kind of numb to these things, like we maybe don't notice some of them as much because they're so expected. And this idea that surveillance will change behavior is really based on the theory of deterrence, right? That if we threaten people with some kind of punishment or some kind of negative sanction, it'll control their behavior, get them to act in a way we want.
Surveillance doesn't necessarily instill inhibition of criminal behavior. A 2009 study from the ACLU shows analysis strongly indicated that video surveillance has little to no positive impact on crime. But the desire of safety via surveillance has shifted the security system industry. It's not just for businesses. In fact, technology now allows for eyes on your home through a smartphone.
We call it a sky bell or doorbell cam.
What kind of damn doorbell is this?
And by pressing the button, there's a camera right above the button that will alert you or send an image or live video to your smartphone. It also has a motion sensor built into it, so if somebody just walks up to the door but doesn't push the button, it still can send you a snapshot or a live video of what's going on. You'll know somebody's outside your door.
In just 5 years, the cost of even a minimal camera, such as this unit for your home, has gone down considerably. An HD camera that captures people at your door, now for as low as $200.
We used to sell cameras, single cameras, for $2,000 or $3,000 just a few years ago.
For police, the widespread use of security cameras doesn't necessarily mean capturing the bad guy immediately. Rather, it's used as evidence to strengthen arguments within the courtroom. The tape doesn't lie.
It's images, and it's not just still images, but you're playing a video. So it can be pretty profound in a detective working that case.
Laws on surveillance cameras, that's where it gets tricky.
There's no specific rights to privacy in the Constitution. They're called elaborated rights, so they've been developed over time through law. And there is essentially a sharp distinction made by the courts in terms of what's public property and what's private.
Step onto the internet and the lines become even more blurred. Live stream to cameras can connect you to thousands of places across the world.
Folks just don't even click through what the privacy rules are or the ownership rules, the intellectual property rules. So if you're on Facebook or Flickr or any of these social media sites, you give up your privacy and you've done it by contract. And folks don't make that distinction.
The video surveillance industry is expected to climb over $40 billion in 2016. And surveillance has provided pivotal information in high-profile cases such as the Boston bombings. Still, people don't like a camera shoved in their face.
Why? Huh? Why? Why
not? In a world filled with them, they aren't easy to avoid. But for business owners like Groslock,
Worth the investment, definitely, 100%.
On special assignment, I'm Dustin Kleeman, MTN News.
Good to know. Thanks, Dustin.